We're live. Welcome to Skip Happens, everybody. Skip Clark, along with Deb Lamphere, the president and the founder of the official country music fan club and based right here in the Northeast. And we have a great guest tonight. I'm very excited. Y'all say hi to Grace Asbury. How are you, Grace?
I'm good.
Grace.
How are you?
Doing well. Tell us about where you are, your surroundings. Give us a little description of, where you are right now.
Well, I'm from Atlanta. It's where I reside. But right now I'm in Franklin, Tennessee I ride horses. So I'm at a horse show and we've been to Franklin probably every year for horse shows. So I love Franklin and it's a quick drive to Nashville too. So
you're right on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So you're like home, but not at home.
Yeah, pretty much.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And you're riding horses. How do you find time to do that? Because I mean, you're finishing up college right now remotely, correct?
Yes.
And then you're riding horses and you're putting music out to radio.
It's a lot. I've ridden since I was about 4 years old. But so I've been riding my whole life and I played basketball and everything in high school. So it was always kind of like a time management thing for me. And I always did a lot of stuff at one time. And then I ended up riding through college and I tried to ride as much as I could. But, when I actually was at the University of Georgia, it was much harder. And now the coronavirus has actually helped me be able to ride more because I'm not out like performing live and doing stuff like that. So like it's either I'm in the studio or I'm riding horses or I'm doing schoolwork. Those are the three things that I'm doing right now. But
so are your horses, well, you must own your own, correct?
Yes, I do.
You have one or more than one?
I have one right now. Yeah.
And do you keep your horse on your property or do you have to board out?
No, I board him in Canton, Georgia. So it's like a 30-minute drive from my house, but it's just a lot of land. And my trainer has a really nice farm. So it's a great place to have him.
Oh, I totally enjoy it. Enjoy every minute of it.
I know.
You get to be outside, be in the fresh air, and
it's been such like a lifesaver during this period of time too, just to be able to like get out and go ride because you're not near anyone, so you can just ride your horse.
Actually, your horse is going to be very attached to you now because you've been home so much.
I love him so much. So
that is so awesome. I'm going to be the guy that's going to ask, what is the name of the horse?
His name is Rocket.
Rocket.
Yeah, my trainer brought him over from Germany, and that's what she gave him. And she asked me if I wanted to change it, and I was like, no, I kind of like it. But his show name, so we have like names, and then we have show.
Yeah, it's the show name.
His show name is Accomplice.
Why the difference?
I don't know. I guess it's like if your official name and then your barn name. So like if some horses come over and their name, like my friend's horse's name is like Vinci de Bourneval. That's his show name, but it's like you're not going to call him that at home, so we just call him Vinci. Like, but that's his big name. So it's just a thing that's been going on forever.
The stage name, Skip.
Pretty much.
Stage name, and then
I got it.
Everyday name.
I got a barn name, but you guys don't want to know what that is. You have to ask my wife about
that. We'll ask you offline.
I wouldn't tell you anyways. But let's talk about you, Grace, riding the horse and writing music in the pandemic, the quarantine and all that. It's not unusual for an artist. We've talked to so many lately that they have said that this quarantine and this pandemic has actually been good. And you just said that, well, I think there's a good side to all this.
It's frustrating, but then there's also there is this part where I'm like, you know what? I've been able to practice guitar a ton. I've been able to write a lot. I've been able to write a ton of music. I've been able to get in the studio and not have anything that's kind of getting in the way. So it is really nice to just be able to work to the point where we're ready for like normal life to come back in. Right. But I've definitely looked at like the upside of things. Like there has been things that have been amazing for this time period.
Does being somebody that rides horses, does that help you with your songwriting? Being able to just get on Rocket, go for a ride, and you can think at the same time? It must be peaceful, and you must be able to be like all those creative thoughts start to come out when you're all by yourself.
It is kind of my place I go just to, if I'm having a rough time, it's like my place to be free and really just be by myself and be on my horse. And it's such a relaxing thing to do. But yeah, I definitely do get ideas just being out there and trail riding and stuff like that. But probably most of my ideas just come at really odd moments.
Mhm.
Like a lot of times I'll just be like in the middle of like driving somewhere and then it just like an idea hits me and I'm like, oh my God, like I need to write this
Let
down
me record
right now.
that. Yep.
Yeah. So I usually just like am like, Siri, make a voice recording. And then
Right.
I just like sing something and then put it in there.
I bet you that file's pretty big because you come up with a lot of ideas.
Sometimes I look back at ideas and I'm like, oh, what
What
was
was I
that?
thinking?
Mhm.
I totally get it. I totally understand that. You've had a couple of great songs out there. I know "Poor Me." We got on that right away when that was presented to me.
Thank you so
I thought,
much.
wow, and it's such an upbeat, just a fun song to listen to.
Yeah.
And then when I talk to you, you seem so like very quiet and very laid back. And when you listen to the song, it's like "Poor Me," and it's like cool.
It's,
Um,
yeah, my friends would beg to differ.
really? Okay.
I'm not a very big like partier per se. I'm a very loud personality, I guess you could kind of say. I'm opinionated. I'm hard-headed at times, stubborn, but like very independent. But when it comes to like having fun, I can have a great time, but I'm not a huge like drinker and partier, but
Right.
everyone has their moments and fun times. So I thought it was just a great song to get out and write.
Yeah. Tell us, so you wrote that. Can you tell us a little bit about that side of "Poor Me"?
So Pour Me, I had the chorus for a very long time, probably for like 6 to 8 months. I just kind of had it.
Mhm.
And it was right when we were about to start recording songs and we were kind of going through. And the day before going to the studio, I finished up the song in the shower. I was like, I need to finish the song. And I thought of the verses in the shower. And I remember like running out of the shower and grabbing my phone and like singing in the verses that I had. And I brought it into Mama Jan the next day.
Mhm.
And I was just like, I really like this song. I think it could be something. And then I played it through and she was just like, this is going to be your first single. And I'm like, okay,
Oh,
good. I'm really glad
fantastic.
that I showed this to you.
Yeah.
It was just one of those songs that I kind of was, I don't know why. I guess I wrote the chorus and I just kind of pushed it off. But
Mhm.
when I came back around to the chorus, I was like, why haven't I not finished this? And it was a pretty easy song for me to finish up because it just all kind of made sense, I guess, if that makes sense what I'm saying. But
Oh, it does. Yes.
it just fit. And I was just like, this is a song that's like a bar song. It's a fun summer song. So I definitely, it's kind of a song you could play whenever just to have a good time, a good like pregame song, I guess you could say, for like college kids. So I just thought it was a really fun, outgoing, happy, upbeat song to have, especially as my first single. So that was
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you have a couple more sitting there that they've been laying around for a few years that
Yes.
you can finish up.
Yeah. Call Me Karma was one of those, actually.
Yeah, I was going to
Oh,
ask you
see
about
that?
Yeah.
"Call Me Karma," which is on the Wolf right now and here in Syracuse. You got a great team working for you. I know that. And talking to these people every week, everybody's got somebody else that they're pushing, but you do have a great team working for you. And these people definitely know what they're doing.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I know a good artist when I hear a good tune. And both "Pour Me," now it's "Call Me Karma," are both like, these songs are awesome.
Thank you.
And you just
Thank you.
gotta keep going. "Call Me Karma." Tell us about that one a little bit.
Call Me Karma, I wrote 4 years ago in my college dorm room as a freshman.
In and out of the shower, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
doing
guess
dishes. I don't know.
yeah, I was just really irritated with somebody. And I remember I sat down and I just was in my college dorm room in our little,
Mhm.
and my roommate was at class and I just wrote the song. And I wrote it originally kind of popish, like very popish. And like Taylor Swift was kind of an inspiration for that song, like a song that's I Did Something Bad on her Reputation album was like a song that I was like kind of not mirroring, but it had the inspiration of it. And then
Mhm.
I kind of pushed it aside because I was like, I don't want to sing like a really pop song. And then I came back to it because I loved the song, I loved the lyrics, and I brought that one in to Mama Jan too. And I was just like,
Mhm.
this is a song that like I think we should like make work. Like I really like the song, and we didn't even have to make it work. I mean, it made sense. Like it's a country, to me, it's a country song. It's a country pop song, but it fits perfectly in the genre. I just was singing it a certain way. So it's one of my favorite songs that I've probably ever written. It's really, my brothers love it so much. They call it a banger. So it's just it's one of my favorite songs. And I kind of love those like angsty songs. So
Yeah,
they're my
yeah.
favorite to write. Angsty songs are my favorite to write for some reason. Either like love songs or angsty songs. Those are, I guess the emotions are so strong that it's like, I love writing songs like that. But
Yeah. Yeah. I know Deb's camera must have gone off, but she'll be back. How old is your brother? Can I ask?
I have two.
All right. Okay. The one that he said it's a banger. That would tell me right there. Okay. Pretty cool. That's why I'm asking. I was just kind of curious.
I'm the youngest, so I have two older, and my oldest brother, he's 25, and he thought it was a banger, but the one who said it was a banger was my brother, who was 23, and he called it a banger.
They call it a banger, or they say it's dope. So
yeah, pretty much.
That's really good. There. Oh, Deb's coming back now. Hang on a minute. We'll get her right back up there. There she is. That's all right, Deb.
I actually thought you were moving the screens around because I went off and you slid up. So I thought you were going to put me underneath. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. So I wouldn't have known unless you.
No, I'm just sitting here having a great conversation with Grace.
Yeah. Sorry, Grace. Every once in a while we do that.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen with the technology the way it is today, and we're doing things so different. And we've been talking to so many different artists, a lot of the new artists, plus some of the well-established artists. We've had Martina and Pam Tillich, and I can go, some of these great artists that have come on with us, and just it's a way that we need to do things now. I mean, we can't come out and see you in person. All that's gone by the wayside for now anyways. Hopefully it'll be back sooner than later. But so this is another avenue for artists like yourself to get out in front of people, maybe some new fans, people, they hear us talking and they like, listen, this girl's cool. This awesome.
I really appreciate you having me on.
Oh no, absolutely. And when they called about the interview with the radio station, I said immediately, I said, I got to get her on my podcast. This is, it's not only audio, it's visual. So I think when fans or listeners can see the artist, I think that adds to the whole thing as well.
Yeah.
As well.
100%.
Yeah. Say, let's back it up to the horses a minute. I know we're getting off the music for a few minutes. But Ronnie, are you like jumping hurdles and doing all that, or?
Pretty much, yeah. I
don't know much about it. So if I'm really dumb.
So I do I do 100 jumper, and so I'm a jumper. That's what it's called. Okay. And it's basically a time trial, I guess you could say. So I do a course, and it's whoever has the fastest time without like knocking anything down or stopping at a jump wins. So that's what I do. Mine's all speed based, which I love. But there's also like where you're judged, and there's like 3 different events. And one, you're judged as a rider. The one, they're just judging your horse basically, and how nice your horse is. And then what I do is the like speed. So that's what I like. It's not, horseback riding is like political, which it's not political in like Republican Democrat kind of way, or political. It's like the bigger your name is, the nicer your horse is, like you have a better chance. So I like jumpers where it's like just the best rider gets to win, or the best round gets to win.
Mama Jan is already chiming in when she's already, I don't know if you can see the phrase or see her comment. We love you too, Mama Jan.
Oh, she's the best.
We're here for you. So cool. So that's kind of interesting though. Are you strapped down at all? Like wearing a seatbelt?
Not on a horse. Skip would need a seatbelt.
I would need a seatbelt. I'd be off that horse. That would be my issue. But
no, we just have just sitting in a saddle basically. And it's funny because my brothers always make a joke how it's like the horse does everything, you don't do anything, and I'm just like, get on him. have a good time.
Try staying on the horse. That's yeah.
But so, I'm like, I get it, you could probably walk around, but try jumping.
Is there if you don't mind me asking, when you compete, and is there good prize money involved? I mean, you must get into some really, some big categories?
Yeah, so there's if you go the bigger the show, the higher number. Like the last show we went to, they had like a $50,000 pre. So
Oh, wow.
I don't know exactly how they like. I know in the $25,000 pre's, it's first place gets 7,500.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But there's like at some shows like in Tryon, North Carolina, and Kentucky at the big Rolex or Kentucky Horse Park, they do like $200,000 Grand Prix, like huge. There's $1 million Grand Prix in some places, so it's just
Oh, my God.
really big classes, and you can win a lot of money. So, and some people have like 6 horses entered, so
my
they
God.
can like win his
That's
like
amazing.
first, second, third, and fourth, and get all that money. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And you just have the one horse?
I do. I've had him. I used to have 2 horses,
Okay.
and then when I went to college, we gave one of my horses to College of Charleston for their equestrian team because he was older, and it was just and they love him down there. So he's just with a bunch of college girls that love on him. So it's great. But I kept my one now, and we're actually looking for a Grand Prix horse right now, which is awesome.
Ooh.
But so I'm hoping to have 2 sometime soon. But right now I just have my good old man. I love him.
So you'll have to bring them on the road with you when you perform. So you have all this time during the day. You can go practice.
I know.
Wow.
That'd be a great idea.
Do you like go to the state fairs and things like that?
No, it's all pretty. They're like prestigious, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
no, I
my
get it.
trainer likes to find the big shows that are like they're all like the shows we go to. We went to like Traverse City and Michigan, and then we go to Franklin or we go to Kentucky. So those are the big shows we like to go to. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, wish you a lot of luck with that. It sounds
Thank
like
you.
your horse has got to be beautiful. You say they judge the look of the horse as well, how it's groomed and all that.
In some of the class, not what I do, but
Okay.
we obviously like our horses to look nice. But
Mhm.
it's hard to explain. But the horses that are being judged really nicely or judged on them are like ridiculous. Like they move really pretty. Where mine's a jumper, and it doesn't matter if he moves gorgeously. But he's a great horse. I love him so much.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
so awesome.
they're so I know we're really off tangent here, but they're
This is interesting to me.
their physique is so defined. Like when you're riding and because I used to ride, I would just be in such awe at some of these horses and how their muscles and their whole body. And I mean, it's just so defined. Lack of a better word. They're just gorgeous.
It's funny, like bringing my dad, because he's really gotten into it like a ton recently, like my riding. And he's just, the questions he asks they crack me up. But it's like, what makes that horse prettier than this horse? I'm like, what do you mean? He's just a better mover. And he's like, but what does that mean? I'm like, okay, I don't know how to explain that. So I was like, do you really want to know? Are you going to remember it? He's like, probably not.
Well, it's very interesting. Go ahead, Deb.
Oh, I was just going to say, how did you find time to get involved with music when you have been riding since such a young age?
It was actually, so I got really kind of into music when I was a junior in high school. I always sing. So I used to sing all the time in like our chapel, because I went to an Episcopal school. So we went every time in chapel, I would sing a song and stuff like that. I always loved to sing and like perform. And then my dad was like, I think you're really good. And I think you need to get voice lessons. And at the time I was playing basketball and I was riding. So I was just like, I don't have time. Like that's way too much. And then my mom kind of was like, David, we don't have time for that. We can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, we can't. And then I ended up, my dad kept kind of pushing it. So I ended up going to a voice coach, and she told me that I needed to probably move on to somebody like Mama Jan, which was but she, so my dad was the one who got me connected with Mama Jan. And ever since then, it's kind of just been like a whirlwind, and it's just been a journey. And it's been really fun. I mean, I don't think I've even hit the strides of the journey that I hope I get to be on, but it's been awesome. And I'm so blessed to have found her. And I'm really thankful for my dad for having the connections that he had to get me in front of her. He's been an unbelievable blessing to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. When you know the right people, they can get you in through those right doors, get your foot in that door, and you start proving yourself, your music. Like I said earlier, just a few minutes ago, I've heard it. It's great stuff. And I just find you as an amazing woman to be able to ride horses, and to be able to write songs, and to be able to be wrapping up your senior year of college. Of course, you're doing it remotely, but still, maybe that is helping you a little bit, actually. At least you
A
can.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you majoring in? Can I ask?
I'm a marketing major.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
We're doing well. Since I go to school in Georgia, I
Yeah.
have a in-state scholarship, so that's cool. I've kept it all the way through college so far, so I'm hoping to just keep going strong by the end of it. It makes school really cheap, which is nice. But so that's great. So I'm doing pretty well. There's
Nice.
some classes that I don't like taking, but it's fine.
I remember those
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
There's always a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about being in Nashville, though. Do you get to perform? Have you performed in Nashville? Have you do you have a regular bunch of people, a band that you go out with and perform? Have you done that? Have you been able to do that?
I'm not in Nashville. I live in Atlanta.
Right, but I thought, did you record in Nashville though, or
No,
no?
I'm recording in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
You just happen to be in Nashville or outside of Nashville for the
Yes.
horse show right now.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We thought you were going back and forth between the
Yeah.
music and the horse show.
Around. Yeah.
Going
Very.
back and forth from Atlanta to Franklin. I'm driving back Sunday and then coming back next week. So that's,
Wow.
but yeah, I record in Atlanta. So.
I got you. And are you right when you record the recording studio? Is that right in downtown Atlanta? Or are you?
It's in the North Druid Hills area, which you might not.
No, I really.
Yeah, but so I live in Buckhead, Sandy Springs area, and I'm probably 10 minutes out of downtown Atlanta, but it's not far, but it's not in downtown.
I got you.
I'm actually familiar with Buckhead because my husband travels a lot for work and he used to go out that way, and he used to go to downtown Atlanta and he had to go to Buckhead a few times. So
yeah,
not that you care, but I know he's familiar.
No, I love Buckhead, Sandy Springs area. It's just like the suburbs of Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's kind of its own city, but it's nice.
Perfect size.
I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
I ask,
Oh,
it's on your.
you went out for a minute. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Hello?
Testing. Can you hear me?
It's weird.
Can you hear
Can
any of us? Welcome to the age
So
of
odd.
technology.
Why can't I hear you?
You can't hear me?
Can you hear me at all?
I still can't hear you.
No, can't hear me?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
She'll need to go out and come back in again.
Everything went muted. I can't hear anyone.
Hang on. Stand by. Stand by. Hang on. Don't go anywhere.
I can write her a note if you want her to go back out.
Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, we'll do this. And then I'm going to do this and see if she can come back up now. And she might have us. And now, can you hear me? No? Hello?
No. Why is that happening? I
I
still
don't
can't
know.
hear you.
Go out and come
That's
back
so
in.
odd. Did my speakers give out on my laptop?
don't know. I don't know.
Here.
Let's see if she can read my note.
Oh,
Let's see.
Deborah. The
Let's see.
problem
Can
would be
you see?
backwards.
That's so odd. Why
Go
is this
out
happening?
and come back in. Can she see that?
Uh,
No.
I don't know.
This is what happens when we're live. We do have technical difficulty here and there.
No, I love this. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
And this is how we have to deal
I
with
don't
it.
know why.
Yep. Are you there? Okay.
My volume is my. How do I?
I hear
Well,
you loud and clear. You just
She
don't
needs
hear us.
to. Can she see me? I wonder. Go
I
out
don't
and
know.
come back in.
Go out and come. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Good.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Deb and I were starting a conversation as we await for Grace to log out and come back in. And, it just amazes me that we talk to these artists, 2, 3, 4 nights a week.
Mhm.
And to find out, a lot of them have side hustles,
Mhm.
the side jobs going and all that. And they still take time to write and put music out. I mean, here's an example of she's a college student.
Mhm.
She's competing in horse shows with her horse Rocket.
Yeah.
She's got 2 singles that, while one's been on the radio, they're over with Pour Me is done, but now they're on to Call Me Karma,
Call Me
another
Karma.
great song. And that's what the labels do. They'll keep the music coming. But it just amazes me that people like, there you go. It amazes me that people like Grace have time to be able to do all this. She is just Ah, she's back.
There we go.
Sorry, that was weird.
About you a little
That
bit.
was weird. That's funny. We couldn't think of a way to get that information to you because
Yeah, we're talking. I'm like, I can't hear you. I don't know.
It amazes me, and I think technology amazes me. But then situations like this, where I think in the evening there's a lot of people on, of course, and I have great internet here. I above and beyond because of what we do, but it's still when you get a large number of people on the web and stuff like that, and I think people watching videos and what have you, it just kind of sometimes it drags it down a little bit. But
Yeah,
I'm showing that we got a great connection on my end as I look at everything here. So
yeah, I have a good connection now. That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. It's weird. Where are you? Are you in a hotel like in Franklin, or
we rented a house for the
like an Airbnb or type
so
situation? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very cute. It's like a quick half-mile walk down to downtown Franklin. So
that's cool.
It's adorable down there, isn't it? So it's
So
quaint little town.
It's so cute.
Are they open?
They are. Yeah, they're everything. There's a couple stores that don't have you don't have to wear a mask in, but majority of them, all you have to do is just wear a mask into the stores. But all the restaurants are open. Everything's so they're going. Yeah.
That's why we're not allowed there, Skip, because everything's open.
Nothing here.
A small southern town's always nice.
Oh my gosh, our governor won't let us go anywhere unless we come back and quarantine for 2 weeks. So we're all kind of stuck for a while. But
that is true.
We'll get there eventually.
So what's on your bucket list?
On my bucket list?
Yeah. What's something that you really want to do that, before obviously it gets too far down the road? I mean, you're a young performer, you're a great artist. I mean, is there a certain place you'd love to perform, or somebody you'd like to open up for, somebody or something
I've
like
always had a big dream of I guess because I'm from Atlanta. It'd be so amazing to fill out Mercedes-Benz or something like that. Just a huge stadium. That's the goal to get.
Oh my God.
Which I dream, and I hope that's what happens. But yeah, that's probably my number one thing. Or to perform in Nashville, either Bridgestone or the Tennessee Titans stadium that I can't.
Right, I was going to ask about Tennessee Titans, but you being close to Atlanta, are you a Braves fan?
I am. My dad has lived in Atlanta his entire life, so he's really had to deal with the ups, usually the downs of Atlanta sports. But we're big Falcons fans, Hawks fans, and Braves fans. So the Braves are luckily our best team, which is nice, but they let us down big time last year, which was super upsetting. We haven't recovered from the Falcons, and the Hawks are just. They're fun to watch because of Trae Young and the young team, but it's a disaster.
What's the best way to provoke a Braves fan?
Most Braves fans probably just say what would lose 13-1 in one of the playoff games last. We were, yeah. I can't even. That was the most maddening thing I've ever seen. We were like, oh my God, yes, we're playing the Dodgers. We can do it. We're hanging with them. And then it was second inning, 11-0. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh.
It happens. It happens to the best of them.
So
I'm we're big baseball fans on this end, and the Nationals, of course, they won the World Series last year. So we're big fans of the Nationals because our AAA team here in Syracuse was their farm team up until just recently. Now we're the Mets, but still it was kind of cool. So we cheered for the Nationals, and then now we're doing the Mets.
just was glad that Bryce Harper wasn't on the Nationals anymore. So
yeah. He's a good dude though. He's a good dude. He's a real good.
I guess it's just every team that doesn't have Bryce Harper hates Bryce Harper. I think that's just how it goes. So that's
I love this. I love this.
Tom Brady. We don't like Tom Brady. We don't like that's how I'm just yeah, that has to be. I especially don't like Tom Brady though. After that, I can't even talk about that. I'm still mad about it. Us losing the Super Bowl. It's still maddening. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was awful.
Absolutely. It was horrendous.
The worst experience.
It sucked. Exactly. I get it.
So upset. My dad was at the game. My dad
Really?
he was so excited because the Falcons were in the Super Bowl. My dad's been
Mhm.
a Falcons fan forever. And so he took his brother and they went to Houston. And then my dad was like, first half, we were so excited. And then it just like plummeted. It was like, but it was so, yeah. And then my dad kind of realized it was just a sports game because on the way home to the hotel from the game, the Uber driver almost like crashed into the median on the highway. He's fine. Nothing happened.
Oh my
But
God.
my dad was like, you know what? It's just football. It's really not that big of a deal.
Just relax. Everybody's fine.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. You're going to be good.
Yeah, my dad, it's funny. It's just we're a super like competitive family. My brother played football for the
It sounds
University of South Carolina.
nice.
We're very like all of us played basketball and my brother played football in high school. We just
Mhm.
my dad played college basketball. So it was just we were kind of raised and we're really competitive and we really like or get into the games. Like we're on the field with the team. So we
Love
get into me and my dad helped coach my cousins. They're like both 11 years old or twins. I think they just turned 12, but we
Mhm.
helped coach their basketball team this year. It gets really
Mhm.
a lot of Asburys on one team. That's good. It gets pretty aggressive out there. My dad used to break clipboards a lot at like 11-year-olds games, and you're like, yeah, that's just how it goes.
Those are the ones we look out for. Stay
Yeah.
back.
Mhm.
Stay back. He's going to
And
lose it.
everyone always ends up like loving him because they get to know him and they're like, he's a really good guy. But if you just saw him coaching a basketball game, you'd be like, oh my gosh.
Mhm.
That's
I
psycho.
think Deb knows a little bit about that. Her husband has been coaching basketball for quite some time. So,
Oh my gosh, like 30 years. I don't know. He did
how many clipboards has he broken?
only a couple actually. He's kind of he gets intense, but not really. Like he's pretty mellow coach, I should say. He has had his moments though. But
Oh, you're lucky.
there's always did you play AAU ball by any chance?
I did. I played
Mhm.
AAU
Okay.
for years.
Nice.
I quit. I just chose not to play after my after my sophomore year of high school. So I played the summer after my freshman year of high school, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna go play basketball in college somewhere, so it's
Right.
not worth it anymore. But I loved AAU. It was fun. A lot of times I played with the girls on my high school basketball team, so it was just fun to be with them. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, he coached AAU, boys and girls. He coached up at our church, boys and girls. He coached before we even had a family, so it's just been in his blood. But
wow,
that's good for you. Sports is great. You're very well rounded. So between your sports in high school, your horseback riding, your music writing, your singing, your performing.
Yeah,
you're very. Can you cook?
Kind of. I don't cook a lot, but I think I can follow a recipe very well. I would not say I'm a cooker, like I can just like whip out something. Right. I can definitely see, okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's all you need. You'll be good.
I might overcook every now and then, but I try to undercook because I'm usually like a medium rare kind of gal with steak. So it's well, you don't cook, except with chicken. I'll overcook chicken all the time. I don't want.
Well, you have to overcook chicken.
Yeah,
that's the safe way.
So yeah.
But beef or steak, it's got to be undercooked because that's the juices and the flavor.
Yeah.
You want that. So
yeah.
That's my downfall is beef. So
oh my gosh,
it's terrible, but I love it. Do they play lacrosse or did they play lacrosse where you went to school?
They did. I think we got a lacrosse team. I think we had it all the way through middle school, but it probably came in middle school when we started playing lacrosse. I didn't play, but a lot of my friends, I didn't have time to.
Yeah, my daughters did. My daughters played high school lacrosse, and two of them went to college on scholarships, so which is cool. And lacrosse in the Northeast is huge. It's big. It's it's crazy.
I had
other parts of the country, they have no idea. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we had some friends that are from the Northeast, and they loved lacrosse and played it a ton. But it wasn't like it's starting to become more popular in the South, but it just wasn't like a huge thing. It was kind of new, so I guess everyone was just used to like baseball and stuff. But it's so different watching girls lacrosse and guys lacrosse. It's a whole nother
Oh, yeah.
world. Like, oh my
It
gosh,
is.
they're like
I
beating
don't
each other.
understand it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
it's crazy. I'm like, okay.
The guys are killing each other. The girls, somebody gets close to somebody else and the whistle blows. It's like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, what just happened?
It's like,
They didn't touch each other. What's going on?
yeah.
But
They're checker.
still.
I'm just kidding. Not actually, but
No, I get you. I get you. I got to say, you talk about, from horseback riding to being very, very active in sports, everything that you've done, it's got to compliment you as an artist, because people with your nature, the way you are more outgoing as a person. I think being
Mhm.
active in sports, everything just makes you want to be out there even more. And it complements your, when it comes time to be on that big stage, when it comes time to be in front of all these people, your fans, people screaming, people, and you're hoping that's going to happen. It just gives you that confidence. I think.
yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, I'll be nervous the first time I'm in front of. I think it's gonna be good nerves. I'm gonna be excited,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but I'm not too worried about it because I love that kind of stuff, and I love being outgoing. I love big groups. I love crowds. So
Mhm.
I'm really excited to get to that phase of my singing career. So I can't wait for that to come. That's probably, I'm just like chomping at the bit for that to be able to happen.
Well, next year is going to be fast and furious because there's a lot of artists out there that cannot wait to get back on stage.
Mhm.
No, and I bet there's a ton of people that are ready to get into a concert too. They're like, let us in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We could. So you heard that I'm leading into this because I think we can do concerts just at a lower level,
Right.
if it were permitted. But we just found out, it was announced today, that the CMAs will not have people at the CMA Awards this year. And I was very disappointed to hear that, because in my mind, that's a fantastic show to be seeing live.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, we can have concerts, we can socially distance and seat people, apart somehow. Or if you buy 2 tickets, you 2 people sit here, and then 6 or 8 feet, we sit more people.
Right.
So I don't know why they won't allow that for you guys, but hopefully.
All in
No
due
answer.
time. I think it will come.
It'll come in time.
Yeah.
So in the meanwhile, keep writing great music.
Yes, that's the plan. We just got to finish the album, and then hopefully next year will roll around and we will have opportunities to get out and play.
Back on track again.
How much further do you have to go on the album?
We're about to finish up 5 of the songs and get them to be mixed and mastered.
Okay.
So that's like very soon. And then we have 3 more that we've done like some work on, and then we'll just put all our focus on that. So I would go for like late October.
Okay.
Oh wow,
That's
okay.
Wow, that's moving right along though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. We're doing. I mean, the people I work, they're amazing, and they're doing a great job, and I love being a part of it. It's amazing. It's just such a great experience, and I can't wait. Like, this has been an amazing experience, and then I can't wait for the next time, because then I'm going to have even more input to put in. I have a ton of input, but it's just such a learning experience at the same time, and it's amazing to watch people like do what they do, and I can't wait till the next time where I'm like, no, I know this is definitely what I want, where I definitely take a ton of advice, which I always take advice, but it's just, I'm learning from the best, and Mama Jan and Jessica and Aston, who's our other producer. I mean, they're amazing. So nothing's.
I got to ask you, and I ask everybody this, being a new artist, what was it like when you maybe you were driving down the road and you heard Pour Me come on, or you heard your song come on the radio? Describe that experience to us.
The first time, I remember the first time I just got a text of somebody sent me a picture of it on the radio, and I was like,
on the RDS, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was like, no way. And then the coolest thing probably was when, I mean, I loved seeing that it was playing on these radios, but when I saw Pour Me playing on the Bull, which is like Atlanta's radio, that was insane for me. I heard it. Yeah. Cause I'm from Atlanta, and that I was just listening to the Bull at night, and it came on, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is real. This is real. But it's like, I was like an outer body experience, really. So I was like watching myself in the car, seeing my song come on. So it was really awesome. And I think it's honestly going to be like that for a while whenever I see one of my songs
Yeah. No,
on
and I would,
radio. Yeah.
if it was, I'd be worried if you felt differently
If I was like,
because
oh, darn it.
yeah, and the Bull is such a big radio station.
Yeah.
They're an awesome radio station in Atlanta. I know it well. Um, and that's excellent. And you know, to get your song on a station of that stature, that is excellent, no doubt. No doubt.
That was surreal. It was awesome.
Mhm. I have to ask. I'm going to ask you a few questions before we let you go tonight. Have a little bit of fun, if you don't mind.
I love fun.
What's your most prized possession?
My dog.
Oh,
I have a Great Pyrenees. He's 1 year old, and he's he's not little. He's over 100 pounds, but he used to
oh,
be.
he's no.
He used to be like a little baby. He was so cute, and he's still just. I call him a puffer. He's so fluffy. He makes my day. He really does. Dogs are just something else. They just always are happy to see you.
We're dog people. We get it. Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly. I have two. Deb's got one. And they're part of the family. It's all about our lives, and I can't imagine it without them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. What's let's see here. I got a list. It's my list. I do this. I know.
You're only allowed to pick a few from that big.
All right. Are you usually late or early?
Early. I have times where I don't like being. It stresses me out to be late. I feel bad being late. It's like I don't want people to think that I think my time is more important than their time and stressful. So I get really upset when I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry. But I try to be early.
Deb, are you listening to this?
Yeah, I'm listening. I knew he was going to go there. I do try to be early too. I do try. I put it to you that way.
My mom's always really early. And then my dad's always like right at the right. He always is like, we're gonna make it. We'll
get there. We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes.
My cousin's wedding, he ran 2 red lights because he was just like, oh, we gotta get there. And I'm like, oh my god, Dad.
It's like, no, I think I'll be 10 minutes late and alive.
Yeah. Like, there's no one here. There's no one watching. I'm like, oh, there's probably cameras.
Your father's got to be the coolest guy going. Everything you know, he's so much fun.
He's the best. He's just amazing.
What's the hardest word you've ever tried to rhyme in a song?
Oh my gosh. You know,
it's a tough one.
This actually, it's not going to sound like a hard word, but I was actually writing a song recently, and it only comes to mind because it was recently. And I had the word mine first, but then I was like, no, I want it to be yours, but I don't know what to rhyme it with that would make sense in the song. So trying to figure out something that fit there. I still haven't figured out the exact thing I want to put there, but I think it's also just the way the song is working. And I'm like, none of these words that rhyme with this make sense. So I have to figure out how to make it sense. That's probably been just, I hate stuff like that. It drives me crazy.
Maybe it's the inflection. You can make it sound.
That's true.
A little bit different.
I've always been told, Mama Jan always says, like, you don't want to change the way, like, you say a word.
Right. No, she's right.
She's right. You're definitely right, but maybe this one time. No, I'll figure it out.
I love it. Let me see here. Okay. Least favorite exercise.
Burpees.
I agree. I agree.
Those are the worst. I don't know who decided that was a good idea, but they're awful.
and you know what? I always feel bad because I know what they are, but I didn't think about it way back when. But when my husband was coaching football and stuff, those poor football players at high school would have to be in full uniform and have to do burpees. That is torture.
I have like small wrists too, kind of. So it just always hurts when I have to like go down. I always look at I'm just like, can we not? Like, I remember in basketball, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. We do like fake burpees over in the weight room. Like, are they watching? But that's what we did. Like, trying to like, did you do 10? Yep. Did it. Did like 2, but it's fine.
Got him done, coach. Good to go.
Yeah.
I love this. What's your favorite smell?
Oh, interesting question. My favorite smell?
Yeah. Everybody's got a favorite smell.
I know. I'm really trying to think.
Mhm.
You actually, it probably is like, oh, this is gonna be weird. Actually, I just decided what it is. It's boat gas.
It's what?
It's
Like like gasoline when you put gasoline into a boat.
oh no,
Yeah.
it cut out when you said it.
Oh,
That's why we
sorry.
didn't know. But
No,
but that is kind of a
That's
cool.
really weird.
all I heard was gas.
Like I'm not sure if I actually love the smell of it. I think it's just like being at the lake and then you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's like everything combined, but it's a smell that I'm always like, this is nice. Like
Mhm.
I like where we're at right now. So, but
I
like
love
gasoline at a gas station, I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
it has to be on the water.
Yeah, the smell of gasoline. Remember that? It was like there was always a good smell.
Mhm.
Or am I weird to say that?
No,
No.
I'm with you.
Something
People think
about
I'm
that.
weird. I agree.
One more. What's
Okay.
on your phone background?
On my phone background, it's a picture of me and my brothers.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nothing more important than family.
Yeah.
I love it. And what's the name of this podcast?
This podcast Skip Happens.
Make sure you look in the corner there. You can see everything.
For a second, I thought you said I don't even know what I thought you said. I was like, what?
Oh, I don't know. I might be mumbling. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. But, we want to thank you for coming out with us here tonight. And Grace Asbury, you can hear her song, Call Me Karma, on the Wolf. And it's the follow-up to Pour Me, which is great. She's new, just getting her feet wet and getting out there. And
Mhm.
she's riding horses. She's wrapping up her senior year of college. She's, just you name it. She's doing it. And it just amazes me. She's an amazing.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
so much for playing Call Me Karma. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And I love
Mhm.
I've been doing radio a long time, and it's so important to me to make sure that there's so many people like you that are trying to get their music on the radio, and you're very talented, and there's no reason why it shouldn't be on the radio. And I firmly, and Deb knows this, it comes from our hearts.
Mhm.
That I take that working for who I work for and being on a, more of a local level here in the Q's. I've been with the big corporations, but this gives me a chance to work for a local guy, and I can take, for example, your song and say, you know what, this needs to be heard. Our listeners need to hear this woman, and that's a lot of stations can't do that, and it's very difficult. But firmly believe in that. Firmly believe in getting the new artist out there and getting you heard. And
I appreciate it so much. It really means the world to me. Really.
yeah. What about now? If we have somebody that would like to find out more about you, do you have a website? Is there a place that they can go and get your music, your socials?
So I am on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. On Facebook, it's Grace Asbury Music. And
Okay.
then on Instagram and Twitter, it's just Grace Asbury. So you can just look up Grace Asbury and you'll find me on both of those. And then my music's on all streaming platforms. So you can go listen to Pour Me and Call Me Karma on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon streaming, whatever you have, you can listen to it. So go check it out because
All right there.
I love the songs. So I hope you do too.
Do you have merchandise on there as well,
I do not.
Grace?
Coming though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Soon. One step at a time, right?
Right.
One step at a
It's
time.
There's a lot of things going on right now in my life. So
Oh, I can't imagine that. Horse riding. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just blown away by everything that you do, and also to have a song on the radio. So that's so cool, girl. It's so cool.
Thanks,
We're gonna say goodbye here in a minute. When we sign off, just stay right there, and just want to get some information from you. But we do thank you for coming on with Deb and I tonight, and of course, make sure you tell your family that kept chiming in there in our little waiting room that. To subscribe to Skip Happens, and they can see not only this as many times as they want, which you can anyways, but you'll see all the other artists that Deb and I have interviewed. Also, Deb has her country music fan club site, which is Deb. You want to mention it?
Oh, go on Facebook at the Country Music Fan Club, and we're on Instagram at the official CMFC. So if you get a chance, follow us. We'll follow you back. We'll make sure all of our audience and viewers track you down. Hopefully we'll get to see you perform live in 2021.
We're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We'll make
Definitely
it happen.
Yeah.
All right. Grace Asbury, thank you so much. Thank you so much for
you.
joining us tonight. Safe riding. Enjoy your time in Franklin. Good luck in the competition. competition, both also being on the radio. You've got a song that's going to climb the charts. So that's kind of cool. So just good luck with everything that you're doing. We love you. Thank you for being there.
You so
Thank
much.
you for giving us some great music.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.